7.
Choice of reds.
Well,
that could have been worse. Making contact with the red on the corner, on the side cushion. I'm not sure if he's come hard enough for the red he played on.
20.
He is on a red. But again, awkward to get position. Maybe you could just drop this red into the right corner and try and finish on the pink into the middle. He's just checking that. Not sure if the pink will go into that right middle pocket. Well, if it does,
21.
That was a good kiss. But another test of this. No. So McManus in with a chance.
21.
It was a tough shot to the middle. Admittedly, one that Sean Murphy expected to get. Lots of left-hand side on the cue ball to gain position on the pink.
Seven. 8. 14. 15.
'It's been a relatively modest season for McManus thus far. Just one round of 16 appearance. That was at the China Championship right at the start of the season.
21.
Where he lost by the odd frame to Fergal O'Brien. So this would be a very significant win if he could upset Murphy today.
Well, he tried to play a delicate cannon on the red to leave himself on the black, but this is a little bit too close. Didn't need to play it. Could have screwed out for the pink. And that's a good recovery shot. That wasn't easy. When the balls are so close like that, very difficult to find the potting angle.
29.
Did well to avoid the reds and get the right side of the blue.
$35. 36. $42.
Lots of right-hand side on the cue ball
43.
to check that cue ball back across the table for the pink. That was a good shot. That sounded a little kicky. But he's still on this red, down the cushion. 26 points the lead. It's going to start getting difficult now with those two reds over the side cushion.
49.
That applause is for Maisie Wen, who's up against Hamid Maya over on table 4. A break of 102, so a century early in the day. Of course, there are 5 tables in total here at the Templedrum. 3 matches being played this morning, and the crowd can see everything that's going on.
Yeah, that's the view. Terrific view of all tables. Well, a little too low on the black for comfort, but he
50.
might have the angle to go in and out of baulk, come across the green spot and try and get in behind those two reds, or play the cannon to them. If he should miss them, he'd be on the red on the black cushion. The important thing was the pot, and this looks good. Yeah, nicely played.
57.
40 points the difference, so this red and a colour. And what a start this would be for Alan McManus.
$58.
So that missed pink by Murphy into the middle pocket. Looks like it's going to be costly. Just the pink or black needed. This is the pink. Just aimed a little too high. These could have been Sean Murphy's points. Made absolutely sure of the pink, and rightly so.
$64.
One snooker to draw.
Alan McManus, 64.
So one snooker to tie. Not the best safety he's ever played. Pushing the red over the baulk corner. This to make absolutely sure.
One. Eight. Nine.
It's a pretty confident start, isn't it, from the underdog?
$14. And McManus, 14 in the first frame.
And Sean Murphy remains in his seat. So Murphy's miss on the pink to right centre proved pivotal in that opening frame. A break of 64 from Alan McManus. He leads 1-0.
Ladbrokes, proud sponsors of snooker on Eurosport.
Choose and buy your perfect car with complete control. Visit carwow.com and see what you could save.
There's bingo, and then there's Bet365 Bingo. Be part of our fun-loving community, and you could win cash prizes. Bet365bingo.com. Please gamble responsibly.
Bet Boost from William Hill lets you enhance the odds that matter the most, pre-match and in play. All you need to do is decide which market you want to boost. Boost your rackers, boost your long shots, boost the favourites. We're giving you a Bet Boost every day to use on any sport. Simply make your selection, hit boost in your bet slip, and you're away. More boosts, more control, more to celebrate.
He doesn't like it. Yeah, the problem he's got is if he plays to pot this red, he's a little bit scared about hitting the other red. And if he should attempt it and miss the pot, he'd be leaving Sean Murphy in. Don't play the safety. Well, he's got the path to try and get in behind the green and brown with this safety shot. And doesn't look far away. Yeah, excellent safety. Well, he found that path, but has he left a red to the right corner? And that red goes. But it's not easy, this. Yeah, the top red went as well. And that was a little easier.
Six. 7. 12.
McManus has the tactical nous to create chances for himself. The question today is going to be whether he can take them. Score sufficiently heavily.
13.
Did that in the first frame as Murphy watches on. He's not settled yet. McManus was 64, which was a frame clincher. And this is a decent opportunity to make it 2-0.
Yeah, it was a good snooker escape from Murphy, but he just left those two reds on. And it was a good pot from McManus. Played for the blue. Didn't play it as a shot to nothing. Now, if these two reds go below the pink, has he come back a little bit too far?
$19.
He has, so now having to play the plant.
$20. $26. 27.
'Screwed it again by a long way.
33.
From that easy pink, he's left himself with this tough red.
$34.
And not straight enough on the pink. The two reds below the pink mustn't go to the left corner. Oh, what a good shot that was from McManus. That was well and truly missable. What a great pot that was.
It's a sign of his confidence, isn't it? Didn't hesitate.
40.
Sure to be leaving Murphy with a chance to counter-attack if he'd missed it.
Oh, he's overhit that one by a long way as well.
41.
He's in no man's land. 49 points, the difference. Still needs another red. Sean just wondering if he's going to get back to the table. Another very attacking shot this, with the rest taking this difficult pink on.
Alan McManus, 41.
Well, fortunately, he hasn't got any position. Very tough pot. But he knew that he only needed that pink and one more red. Well, again, that's not a good safety. Making contact with the brown. Had he missed the brown, he may have forced McManus to bring that safe red off the side cushion. Well, doesn't get any better than that. Just dodging the pink. Good safety. Well, that's a poor safety. Turned out well. Made contact with the red. Could have easily knocked it over the pocket.
McManus needs just to redden the colour as things stand to make it 2-0 barring snookers.
Well, there's a thin cut on to the right corner. Played as a shot to nothing. Well, a half chance here for Murphy. Good pot. Was it a good kiss?
What?
Could do with a bigger colour than the yellow. Yeah, good pot. And those two reds over by the side cushion there, they are
7.
potable. Well, I tried to move them and I
8.
can't understand why he would do that. Could have dropped him behind them at some stage, but he's finished nicely on the black. May not be able to get to the reds. He has got a little bit of an angle here. But couldn't do anything with it. So is it going to be a double or a safety?
15. Sean Murphy, 15.
So Murphy shaves the deficit to 34, still 43 on the table. But McManus still has the equation of needing a red and a colour, and he should be safe. Seven ranking titles on the Murphy CV now, the most recent last season in Gibraltar. Of course, he became the 10th player to win the fabled Triple Crown when he won the Masters 3 years ago.
Caught them much too thick. And it was very awkward, that, for Sean Murphy.
Yes, McManus a little lucky, wasn't he, to leave Murphy hampered in the way he was. What a chance for 2-0.
Wow. And he knows it. That red would have put him into a 2-0 lead, as Philip said. Murphy would have had to have won 3 frames to get in front. So if he could pinch this one, and the red will pass the pink into the baulk corner, or he could play the snooker. But if that goes in, every chance of winning that frame. But it didn't, stayed on the lip. And a thin cut this to the corner, but I fancy McManus to pot it.
Always looked wide, didn't it? So the best Murphy can do is tie, and that's with a black with the final red. Will he get a chance to play for it, though? Doesn't look likely. Well, McManus will be relieved because he missed frame ball just now.
3.
Not punished, though, and it's going to be 2-0.
Four. No. Sorry. 7. Alan McManus, 7 and the frame.
And Sean Murphy concedes. What a start then from the former Masters champion Alan McManus against the former German Masters runner-up Sean Murphy. McManus doubling his lead, 2-0.
Live sport. You can watch it and you can get involved in it with the latest Coral action.
At Coral, we're paying a massive 7 places in this week's Waste Management Phoenix Open.
Coral, jump in. Available from App Store and Google Play. When the fun stops, stop.
This chick is a sick individual. I drink that cognac, step back cause I might put it on. I go deep, so deep till you sleep, count sheep, wake you up from no. We run this. Wanna pull my
Where awesome entertainment comes together. This is the V6 box from Virgin TV.
What a start from the 47-year-old Alan McManus. A 2-0 lead over former world champion Sean Murphy. A 64 break in the opening frame after Murphy had missed a tricky pink to the right centre pocket. The second scrappier, McManus in with 41 and eventually nursing that lead to the line. There's Mark Davis. He's in action against Niu Zhuang of China. Davis, another 40-something, of course, still playing a very high level, but 1-0 down at the moment over on table 3.
Thank you. Frame 3, Alan McManus to break.
And it's 1 frame apiece on table 4 between Hamed Maya and Mei Ji-wen. McManus breaking off in frame 3 with work for Sean Murphy to do.
Well, this time he's left a red on to this right corner. But the red above the black is on to hit. Managed to miss it. And a great pot from Murphy.
1.
He's such a pure ball striker, isn't he, Murphy, at his best?
Well, that's what he does best, attacks the balls. And he's got 4 open reds here before he needs to go into the pack of reds.
3.
Made the final here at the Templedrum 3 years ago, Murphy, and was in front in the first session against Mark Selby before the runaway world number 1 turned things around. Selby is in action this afternoon, of course, against Zhao Guodong of China. It's been a pretty quiet couple of months for the world's top player. It'll be interesting to see how he goes, Joe.
Yeah, absolutely. But he's such a class act that it's just a matter of time before he kicks in. Meanwhile, that was a nice little shot Murphy played there. Stunning into the reds to develop more reds.
Give me a second, please.
So the pink spot held. Pink going as close to its spot as what it can in a direct line. But doesn't affect the red just below it. That will go into the right corner.
18. 19.
Now, if you could play this black in such a way as to leave himself somewhere where the white is now. He'd be able to open the reds up next time round. Well, maybe just a little far, but he still may be able to nudge one out.
26.
No.
27.
Looks like it could be a plant onto that right corner, and maybe the middle. Just having a look at that possible plant to the right corner. Well, he's got the choice now whether to go into them or play out for that loose red. Well, being a tall guy, he may be able to
42.
reach this red ball corner if he's not on anything, but he is. This isn't easy. Oh, yes, good shot.
43.
From Sean Murphy. No applause for that one, but that was a real pressure ball. Could so easily have missed that one.
And he's so good when cueing is awkward, whether it's because the cue ball is tight to a baulk cushion or as he was hampered there by the centre pocket jaw. That cue delivered straight as an arrow.
50. $51.
This is exactly what Murphy required. A sticky start. He's looked just a little off kilter, but frame-winning break here, and battle is joined.
Yeah, and he's took them well.
58.
McManus has only broken off.
59.
Got a good cue ball. Close to the cushion, but he left that red out. So a red and a colour, and he should be safe.
67.
This frame's barely 6
74.
minutes old. It's already done.
75.
Very healthy crowd here inside the Templedrum for this morning's session, and I'm sure a lot of them were encouraged to come and see Murphy because when he's in full flow, he's a delight to watch. They all love
82.
snooker. And come Sunday, the
83.
final, this place will be packed to the rafters with 2,500 spectators watching the finalists play for the title and a cheque for £80,000. Same number of ranking points to go with it, of course.
90. 91.
Well, the red by the pink will certainly go into the right middle, but it may go into the left corner as well. A little bit of movement in the crowd. Yes, it goes to the left corner.
98. 99.
Loves to make century breaks, Sean Murphy.
106.
The 27th of this season for Murphy. 445th of his glittering career.
Yes, and had 5 maximum breaks as well. Managed to get the cue ball out of baulk.
107.
Meiji Wen made a 136 break this morning over on table 4 against Hamid Meyer. That's the best of the tournament to date.
$111. 113.
Well, it should be beat here.
And this is the cruelty of snooker, isn't it, Joe? All Alan McManus has done is break off, and it wasn't a bad break off. It was a tough red, wasn't it, for Murphy?
Absolutely. You got the cue ball close to the cushion.
120.
That's all you can expect of yourself.
It's proved to be his only shot of this frame. What a
125.
response from Murphy to losing the first 2.
$131.
Class.
138 in the frame.
It certainly was. The tournament high break. A 138 clearance from the Magician. Just what he required after losing the first 2 frames. He's on the board now in style. McManus leading by 2 frames to 1.
Look at him go. Philip Schofield. At WeBuyAnyCar.com, we're not as quick as Phil, but you could sell your car within an hour of getting a quote. Wow, so fast. Where's he off to? Enter your reg number now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Riviera Travel brings you the world. We've handpicked the best it has to offer, so you can feel India, as well as see and hear it. Or be amazed by the wonders of South Africa and a whole world in between. Discover over 140 destinations for less than you think at rivieratravel.co.uk. The world within reach.
Sean Murphy responding to losing the opening 2 frames here at the Temple Drum to Alan McManus with a magnificent total clearance of 138. All McManus did was break off.
Thank you. Frame 4, Sean Murphy.
Murphy knocked in a brilliant long red from pretty close to the baulk cushion and cleared the table in sensational fashion. So, 2-1, final frame before the mid-session interval. Murphy well and truly finding his stroke after a slightly ropey opening. And I guess McManus, Joe, can be pretty philosophical about losing that frame because it's not as though he's made a big error which has let Murphy in.
Well, he didn't really make an error at all. He got a good cue ball for the break-off, and as you said, sometimes snooker can be so cruel that that's the only shot you get. But nothing to beat himself up about, that's for sure. Nice little rub off the yellow to leave that cue ball close to the cushion. Caught it too thick. And his safety play hasn't been as good as what McManus's has. Just 74% as opposed to 95% for McManus on the safety. Didn't reach the baulk line that time round, but fortunately the cue ball finished in front of the brown.
That's the fascination of this match, isn't it? The heavy scoring of Murphy as against the tactical craft of McManus.
Well, that's a good safety from Sean. Getting the cue ball over the right side of the table, making things difficult. Could try and leave the cue ball on this black cushion, but there is danger with that because the red just above the black will go to the right corner. So something to think about here for McManus. Well, as I said, this red will cut to the right corner. The one just above the black. Not easy, and there is danger with it. The jaws of the green pocket would be a good target if he's considering the safety. Just try and leave the cue ball. Well, if he's covered the red next to the black, that's okay. But the jaws of the green pocket would have been better. May have left it out for McManus here. There's a possible plant, but can't see it. He'll settle for that. The red next to the black would be ideal for playing safe off. Looks the safest red. And again, very good safety that from Sean Murphy.
A bird's eye view. It's a great tournament for the fans as well as the players who love to compete here, because, of course, they can keep an eye on everything that's going on simultaneously. Although that's not easy when there's 5 matches. That could get a bit confusing, Joe.
Well, I always thought that when I went to watch the snooker at the Crucible and you could see both tables, I always thought it was a bit confusing there to get involved in both. I like to see just one match, but everybody's got a different point of view. Like this particular match now has come down to who wins this safety battle, because the reds are nicely spread with the pink, blue and black available. Both players aware of if they leave their opponent a chance of any kind, it could be the last one. Just playing the containing safety shot, and that red bouncing off the black cushion there has blocked the red going into the right middle. Well, he caught that one thin, and that's just how he intended it. Another good shot from Sean. Well, great thinker of the game, Alan McManus, and he needs to think about something here because this is tough. Trying to play the containing safety shot again, leaving the cue ball on the black cushion. And he'll be happy with that. So a similar kind of shot from Murphy, keeping the pressure on. But might just have a path back to balk. Caught it a little bit too thick, hence the cannon to the blue.
Foul.
And a chance for
Sean
Murphy.
6.
He played 2 or 3 good safety shots there, Sean, and eventually he got the prize. Just catching it a little too thick. Unfortunate to have knocked the pink in, because the pink comes back onto its spot and is potable. It's not just the 6 points. And there you saw the cue power of Sean Murphy. On that bottom on the cue ball, drawing it back for the green. Great cue action.
Four.
And he's so